Hello, Balisong family. Let's talk about some Balisong drama lately. We're gonna talk some drama about this guy, B.A. Balis, because it's interesting and things have cooled off now. So now's the time to just kind of do a lazy recap of what it was all about. So my loose understanding is that, was it Ramishi? And I'm probably getting it wrong. Remshi, one of the makers in the community, saw some posts on one of Blake's personal account referencing MAGA, Make America Great Again. And I think it's kind of funny that Blake is MAGA because his Balisong is made in China. And now there's like tariffs in China. He specifically did not get his Balisongs made in America because it would be too expensive. In any case, funny to see that he would be MAGA. Not that I really care. And I don't know the post in reference because I don't follow his personal account. I could if I wanted to, I'm sure. But at the end of the day, as a maker, he's not projecting that stuff typically. There's some weird response from him to some of this. Some of it made on his personal account, some of it made on his modder accounts. And that got some response from some folks in the community like William Hirsch. Will had a quick post in a comment saying more or less that like Blake's a hateful person now or whatever. And again, I do think it's, one thing if Blake was putting it out on the mod accounts, political messaging, which generally speaking, political stuff turns me off if I'm following you for Balisong stuff. I'm not following people to hear the political. And if you want to use your Balisong account to do political messaging, go for it. It is your right. I'm probably going to stop following you regardless of what the political content is because that's not what the community is necessarily about. But like, if you feel like you've got followers and you need to use them to like activate whatever it is you're for, great. That's fine. That's your prerogative. I'm not here to tell you what you can or can't do. I'm not going to sit here and like police that shit either. Okay. So pretty much what I'm getting at is Blake in the wrong for being MAGA? And frankly, I don't really care. I don't think Ramishi's in the wrong for unfollowing him. I think all of the drama's just kind of fucking stupid. Now, had I been Blake, I probably just wouldn't have responded to it. I think he went the other direction a little bit too much. And again, that's his choice to handle it however he wants. It's funny to have had Jack call him out because, DJ Eyeless Pyro came under fire for some interesting language in, certain communities. And, there was a whole reaction and backlash from there. And, at the end of the day, I think we know that Jack isn't the guy that he was put out to be. And everyone had a bad take on that. Even Jack himself having a bad take on what it was he was trying to message, whatever that might have been. We're not going to rehash that drama. I just thought it was interesting that, DJ Eyeless Pyro was in on some of the conversation surrounding Blake. Here's the deal. Blake's a controversial guy for a lot of reasons, and now one of those reasons is MAGA. I don't think you should or shouldn't support someone because of their personal life views unless they start crossing a certain line. And some people might be like, well, supporting MAGA at all is crossing the line. And it's just kind of like, yeah, I mean, it can be that basic, sure. I think things can be more complicated than that too. And us as human beings, we have a capability of taking those things apart and seeing, okay, what's the totality of this? But hey, if your opinion is the totality of being MAGA at all is something that I can't even support in any degree, then it's like, well, your Balisongs might be made in China. And that's okay. Nothing wrong with the Balisong made in China. But I do think it is just all a funny thing in the drama. Another one in the drama space was it Polar Flaps or some plastic balisong maker is drop shipping and making more money than he should because they're not even his designs. And it's just kind of like, guys, if you're looking to buy a plastic balisong and it's anything other than something made by Balis or Squid or LDY, you really got to question what it is you're buying and who the maker is in the first place, because they're gonna lie, sell, and steal or whatever. Anyways, that was just kind of like a big whatever thing, and my joke there was, hey, if you're not spending at least $500 on a balisong, you're not getting quality, which is kind of the funny thing to say, because I actually don't support buying balisongs over $500 typically, but you know, if you're a collector, that's what they're for. Or if you know that it fits within your flipping preference, I do think a more expensive balisong can make you a more intense or better flipper, because you're just gonna be able to dial it in a little bit more than a cheaper balisong. But that's not, you know, a constant. A lot of the best flippers are using inexpensive balisongs because they're beating the shit out of it. You know, who wants to beat the crap out of $1,000 balisong? It's a lot to beat up. Anyways, what do you guys think about all this? And who cares? Really, who cares?